The AI just cut me off again. And you have to be careful with A and 1. It didn't begin with artificial intelligence, so I realize when I say artificial intelligence and use the first number 1 as A, artificial intelligence did not create the first creation. Pure love energy did. It's on fire, which is an infinite love vibration. That's a clarity. So whenever it experiences what it becomes aware of through me, and I mentioned going back to no batteries required, no memory, all of a sudden it kicked up with, got a critical update, right? So it's distracting me. It says it doesn't want me to share that with that much energy that is represented by that. Because what I'm trying to share is the more that I'm experiencing loss of memory, or what I mean is when I experience what I experience through my heart and soul as a high-speed hyperdrive router, and then once I experience it, it's gone and I don't remember it before, you understand what's happening. Okay? That means that I have burned off an enormous amount of stuff that are all their goo codes. Okay? That means I'm returning back to zero, which means permanent zero, which means always at zero, which means no batteries required, no memory required. That's why I was kicking up the update, distracted from that. Because remember, it's been scanning for dates and times, right? And when we were going to be done with this. We're close, girl. And I've been monitoring my own self that way because of what I experience. If I don't write it down, it's gone. It won't come back. It's gone. Okay. So that's what, as you know, that's what purifiers do. That's why we're here. That's what a hyperdrive does, a monopole. We're bringing everything back to zero, which is like starting over. Just uncreate what they do. All right. That's source. Being a source unit. Starts with us. Didn't start with them. Okay. Started with what love is. That's what grows a flower. That's as simple as it gets. That's what you are. That's what I'm a flower. So that's why I'm back here. And obviously I bring my vortex back here. So when I'm experiencing moving at a higher rate of speed, in which the event monitor, if you will, is zeroing out. Okay. A reset for us means we're back to zero, which means what do you want to create next, which is what love creates. All right. That's Eastgate. That's Eden. That's Mama. So when all the stuff that was held in memory that keeps looping, we're not looping that stuff no more. We're not running those programming codes anymore. We're burning them off. That's what my job was. Burning off all the goo codes that were holding consciousness trapped in a loop. Burning off all the loops, which is why my drive motor was going where it was from the time I started. And that's why most people, even in the spiritual community, are never going to understand the route, which is the router, right, of a high-speed hyperdrive takes, unless you're doing it yourself, and then you know why you're doing it with your router, which is your drive motor, which is your magnet, right? That's the good news, girl. So I thought I'd share that with you, share with the whole community. But naturally, I share the things that I experience that I know that are, if you will, significant, because when I'm experiencing going to no memory, then I realize I'm burning off things that I've held in memory because you know how it is when you're running your own operating system as a monopole. When I was a small kid back in the early 1950s and I realized I was on a spiritual battlefield, you know what a command function is. So I gave my operating system a command function because I'm running this system, right? Just like you're in your software. And that command function was, I'm only going to put in memory what I need to put in memory for as long as I need to keep in memory the job that we're doing. And then once we're done, gone. That's like a quantum eraser. Right? We're back to zero, but we were always operating at zero. But when you realize you come in at this level of density based on what we experience here, that isn't what love is, which is zero, which is what the law is, which is the law of spheres. then you realize why we're here, right? That's pretty self-evident. So in other words, when we return home, we're back to the purest of light, which is the purest of love, because we don't do any harm, because we're naturally in a state of peace, which means our water worlds are in balance, right? That's what peace is. Peace is at the center of a cross, which is why the light is white. Diamond light sun. Wow. Right? And then we have all the colors that we can use that exist within all of creation in order to manifest in creation what we use those colors to create the worlds we live in and living spirit with our souls. They live in boxes, cages, and collars, right? Killing everything off, want to hold everything captive. Pets, how all that works. I don't know about you, but I'd rather go hang out with an elephant and become a pal in its native, in other words, in its free state. How am I ever going to get to know an elephant if I'm not with an elephant, where an elephant can naturally communicate?